Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Well, I've said for years that God loves our show. Through all the trials and tribulations and 15 and a half years of doing terrestrial radio and now going into podcasting and turning my back on iHeart and joining forces with Rudy and all this kind of thing, God continues to love our show.
And me turning my back on Sports Star.
Can you call yourself the star if you don't have any stars anymore? Maybe they should roll with Sports Dud. How about pleated pants radio? How about we wear Dockers and pink polos in Stone Oak radio? Stars is a bit of a stretch these days. Sorry, Rudy. I know that's unfortunate.
It's all good, man. The thoughts and views. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Why do you say God?
That was so gangster when the ticket had to play. Please don't blame these scary black guys on us here at iHeart. Their opinions do not reflect our views.
Dude,
get the fuck out of here.
Calvin hated that.
It
didn't bother me. I didn't give a shit. I got it. Like, at the end of the day, no matter what we generated or whatever, we were paid programming. So it was what it was. But Calvin used to fight for that shit like a mother father.
I'm with him on
like,
that.
Hey, stop playing that. Like, that's messed up. Like, we make a lot of money for the station. We contribute too much to this station. I was just like, man.
I'm Team Calvin on that. All the way.
I think that's the first time you've ever said
that. No, surely there's another one or two. How's it in Denver? How we doing?
Man, you know what, dude?
I heard you found a really nice and clean MLK Boulevard in Denver, Colorado.
First of all, Denver is a really cool city, man.
It's great. I'm glad you.
Denver is a great city, man. Like, I hate to be the guy that goes out of town and he's like, man, San Antonio ain't got none of this shit.
Well,
I hate that.
It goes both ways.
But Denver is a really, really dope city, man. It's a dope city, man. I can't lie. And we're riding yesterday. I'm like, oh man, it's a nice little pond. There's some nice condos. Oh, nice houses. The grass is cut.
Yep.
I look up at the street. I'm on MLK Boulevard, baby.
What?
So shout out to Denver.
Yeah.
Let me go Taylor right now.
I bet there was a Starbucks on MLK.
Denver had the first city ever with a dope MLK Boulevard, Denver. Love y'all, man.
They probably have like Starbucks and everything.
Dude, I was like, holy shit. There was people walking with strollers. I saw ducks and shit. I was like, yo, there was a duck.
No other MLK Boulevards have ducks, huh?
No. If you have a duck on MLK Boulevard, San Antonio, he's a hooper.
Well, he's holding a 40 ounce and he's like, you got any bread? I need some bread. Can't find any clean water.
So I was out right now and I was with my Uber driver. I was telling my Uber driver because she was a sister. And I was like, hey, y'all got the first really nice MLK Boulevard. She's like, yeah, we don't have any ghettos in Denver. Like, this is as ghetto as it gets. And we're on a street that was nice. She's like, there's no ghettos here. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I got to take her word for it. I don't know if that's true. I'm just taking my word for some Uber driver. But she's ghettos in Denver.
This is a layup for me to now launch into my preaching about legal weed and gambling. But I'm not going to do that because I do that a lot. No. But all I can think of, it must be nice to be able to subsidize two things that are in high demand by regular people: marijuana, cannabis, and gambling, and be able to use that money and, I don't know, have a nice Starbucks on MLK Boulevard to be able to brag. Oh, we don't have any ghettos here. Yeah, pretty nice, man. Yeah, education, top 5 in the country, all that shit.
She said in this city, We don't give a shit what you do if you ain't bothering anybody. She was like, I don't smoke weed, but if you want to, why do I give a shit? I was like, you know what, ma'am, you're right. Here's $3.25 tip.
Yeah, man. Not like they don't have murders there. Now, they don't have a lot, for a big town. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I was down by
What was the
Coors
kid from
Field.
Fort Worth? Kid from Fort Worth got shot. Maybe there was a kid. Sorry, I'm spitting stuff out. There was a kid that played for the Broncos 15 years ago or so, maybe less than that, 10. Fort Worth kid, and he got murdered in Denver. He was playing for the Broncos. They were in a typical bullshit in a club, mile hole with some dudes in the club, spills out into the parking lot. They shoot the car full of bullets, and the kid get killed. Broncos. Let me see. Let's see. Denver. I'm going to get this kid's name. Denver Broncos. A bunch of Thunderdomers are screaming the name at me right now, I'm sure. Denver Broncos, Fort Worth shooting. See if that helps me. Thank you. All right, let's see what we got. Derrent Williams was the kid's name. So Derrent Williams. Remember him? Got killed. It was 15 years ago. It was 16. It was 2007. He was from Fort Worth, played at Oklahoma State, was a really good wide receiver by the Broncos, second-round pick, and that kid got killed, had beef, fucking club or stuff. So Denver's a big town. Obviously, people get shot. We talked about this last week, and I'm glad you're up there now seeing it, and that's cool. It's one of the safest big towns in America. Now, you want to be careful bagging on our city now, Rudy. I know it's nice.
I'm not bagging on the
clean
city.
sheets and everything.
I'm not bagging on the city.
I would say this.
Enough of that.
Here's where Denver runs afoul.
Okay, where?
Go back up there in February 1st.
Okay.
Experience a winter in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
And then holler back. Yeah, we don't want that.
I don't want that. Yeah,
I
don't want that shit.
And shit. We don't need that.
Yeah, I think they were one of the locals was telling me it was like 30 inches in 3 hours. It was something crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that. So I'm done with the academy. Now I'm headed to Peterson, which is also in Colorado Springs. It's a Space Force base.
Oh, wow. So, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I should say now the next time they do have a big blizzard, they're going to have their grid's going to hold up.
That's the thing.
No one's going to freeze to death because they know how to handle it.
Nobody's going to die or nobody's going to be starving to death.
Right.
Because we decided we don't need y'all's grid. We Texas. We don't need the world grid.
That's right. Well, because by the grace of God, we're the great state of Texas. Anyway. So it's
Hey, why do you say God loves our show? What happened? Did I miss something?
Well, because no, we just I was going to compare us to the San Antonio Spurs. We're an unheralded show that kicks ass every day. We've got the two most talented hosts who've ever lived in the history of this town.
Facts. That's a fact.
But we're underrated outside of the city. That's where we're still trying to hustle and build our moniker. We're kind of like the Spurs in that, they're a championship quality organization. But they always wind up with superstars. Unlike certain radio stations in San Antonio, the Spurs, if they wanted to change their name to the San Antonio Stars, that would make sense. If we wanted to change our name to Shooting Stars and get rid of In the Building, Stars Talk, it would make sense since we're stars, and God does love our show. Good things happen to us. We kick ass, and so and God loves the Spurs too, as evidenced by 2 more top 8 picks, bitches. They weren't going to get the number 1. The odds were way too stacked against them.
Well, shit, Atlanta got number 1 with only 3% chance.
Pretty crazy. But all things
they're saying it's going to be Wemby's buddy, another Frenchman that's 7'1", 18 years old.
Oh,
a lot of people feel like that's who Atlanta's going to go after.
I can't pronounce his name, but I've seen the name.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Kulili. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that the way it fell last night or over the weekend in the lottery, the Spurs are going to wind up with a 4th and the 8th pick. Now, everything I hear is it's a weak sauce draft. But
that's
again,
what I've been hearing. Like, I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna do with this, Mike? Because I've heard nothing good about this draft. So help me out. You want to trade this shit and go get a veteran? What do you want to do?
I'm down with that for sure, for absolutely. Although without being a homer, the Spurs are one of the best drafting organizations in the league. They've got the history that proves it. And even in a weak draft, you have to anticipate that whatever they do with those 2 picks, you have to trust it. Whatever they do, you trust them. They're not like the fucking Charlotte Bobcats or whatever their name is, where everything they do is dumb. They're not the stupid ass, whatever. They're not. This isn't like the Clippers drafting Michael Olowokandi. The Spurs actually know what they're doing, and they're not perfect. No one is, and no one will ever be. But I have to trust that whatever they do, I'm going to be down with it. And whatever they do, it'll absolutely be 2 guys or one that they feel will fit in with Victor Wembanyama. So I'm hoping that whoever they get at the 4th spot with that 4th pick winds up being a starter next season right off the bat. I mean, the 4th overall pick in the draft, however weak it may be, should be starting for you, should he not?
He should be. I mean, hell, Jeremy found his way in the starting lineup, and a lot of people had him late first round. He goes 9 overall, ends up starting.
Yep.
Hell, this year started point guard, but in every draft, even no matter how bad the experts say it is, there's always a few hidden gems. There's always a few hidden gems, and you just hope it's your team that gets one of them. So they got 4 and 8 now. I don't know, Mike. I just feel like if the right deal is out there, the only thing is it's like a consensus that this isn't a great draft. That's why I feel like they might have to go ahead and pick 2 guys that they both feel can contribute, because I don't know what they can get for 4 and 8 that makes sense to whatever team that you want to deal someone for.
Right.
Because it's a consensus that this isn't the best quality of NBA drafts.
Right. Well, maybe you use these picks and then maybe future ones, because they have a shit ton still in future drafs.
Good point.
To
True
get
that.
some good veteran who's an expiring deal, or a guy who's only got a year and a half or 2 years left tops or whatever. They're whatever they wind up doing is going to be. I mean, again, if it doesn't work, we're going to call them out. Not a homer.
Oh,
Coach messed up. Never should have started Jeremy Sohan at point guard. We said that. But when it comes to draft and developing, I mean, I don't get paid to draft anybody. I can't tell you who the best 20 kids are in this draft. I can't tell you who the top 5 are. So I'm going to just trust that I'm just going to trust as a fan that they know what they're doing. So I can tell you this: the people that were in the room when the lottery was pulled were saying that they were high-fiving. The Spurs are pretty hyped. So whatever they've got a plan.
So they must have, again, because the Spurs don't draft best available. They draft based on what their plan is schematically.
Especially now with number 1.
Yeah. Right. So when I'm sitting here bitching and moaning about Jeremy Sohan, they had a plan for him to be a certain style of player. They had a plan for him. I feel like, I'm not saying this is how it's going to turn out. Don't kill me, San Antonio. I feel like they had him as Andre Iguodala, Aaron Gordon, Draymond Green, who are all three guys have rings. And all 3 guys are super important to what those Golden State team did and what that Denver team does. Aaron Gordon tonight, Aaron Gordon, big part in them tying the series up on the road in Minnesota. I think he had damn near 30. So I think that's the kind of role they have for Sohan. And to me, if they're excited, it's because they feel like there's a couple of guys that fit schematically, not the guy that everybody's talking about, that Nike wants, that Gatorade wants, but 2 guys that can come in and complement Victor. If the reports are true, then they're really excited. They don't draft like, oh, well, CeeDee Lamb's there. All right, give me CD. No, they're going to draft somebody that's going to play off of Wemby well and understand this ain't your team. I don't give a shit where we drafted you.
Yep.
And we got a specific role for you. I don't give a shit where we drafted you. that's if those reports are true, that's why I would say that's why they're excited.
And I think we need to remind ourselves here, you, me, and everyone within earshot, that just because they need help for Wembanyama and it's a stars league does not need that is not they don't have to have 3 top 10 guys in the league. You don't have to go build a dynasty. You don't have to be like what Miami did with LeBron and D Wade. Like,
I
look at
don't think
Dallas.
Denver has 3 top 10 players. I love
No,
Jamal Murray, but I don't think he's top
right?
10, right?
Because they've got someone so good like Joker. You can go get 2 really good players that may not necessarily be future Hall of Famers or stars, but that's good enough for you to compete for a title. Dallas, who I've been hard on, if PJ Washington's going to play like this every night, the damn Mavericks may go to the finals. You know, they found PJ's decided to come on. All of it. Frisco's own PJ Washington has come on.
What's that group chat sounding like?
Well, funny enough, it's been pretty quiet, which is shocking.
Really?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know.
They don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, they're probably scared. Yeah.
Dallas is up 2-1.
I know. On the road. I know. Have a chance to go up 3-1, on the road. Pretty crazy. All right. It's in the building. Rudy's in Denver doing duties for the Air Force television program. DJ LG's back at KLG Studios. I'm at K Mike Studios. Show brought to you in part by GC Services Roofing and Construction, the official roofing company of us. Tomorrow, they go over and get to work on their first Thunderdome job. Last week, they closed a deal with a local Thunderdomer, and tomorrow's the day in which they're going to go out there and get the hammers or whatever they got to do to get to swinging and fix the roof from this fine Thunderdomer. You, too, if you are in the need of a roofing company, and Lord knows we are now into storm season, I can scarcely think of a better thing to do if you need a roof or just an inspection. Then go get my boys at GC Services Roofing and Construction. Thunderdome Zone, serving San Antonio and Corpus Christi, by the way. We've got folks down in Nueces County. They do residences, commercial roofing, and they also install solar. It is GC Services Roofing, 347-0426 or gcservicesroofing.com. gcservicesroofing.com. All right.
How was y'all's Mother's Day?
Oh, Mother's Day.
LG, Mike, LG pop in here. I know you had dinner to go to. How was everybody's Mother's Day?
My dinner got pushed to tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Mom didn't want to deal with the crowd, so she said, let's go tomorrow.
She's smart. Because you know why your mom's not a diva, and she's like, look, as long as I get to eat, it don't have to be on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think. I've only met LG's mom once, and she could not have been sweeter to me and more kind, more hospitable.
What you say about my mama?
But what I do know about LG and his mama is they are so tight. She ain't sweating the day. That's actually y'all are going to be happy you go on Monday when the restaurant will be totally dead.
We didn't have reservations anywhere, so it would have been an ass whip anyway. A long wait.
So you don't have to say the restaurant. What type of food y'all looking at, LG?
Man, we haven't made a decision yet, so
okay.
I have no idea. Probably seafood. We're big seafood people.
Mike, what'd you do for that special lady of yours?
Told her I loved her and watched movies all day. It's her day. She didn't want to do nothing.
That's the best. That's what Mother's Day is supposed to be about. Them not having to pick up our shit.
We had a long Saturday. We had a real long Saturday because her son graduated college. And so on Sunday, and I had a reservation, and we made the decision Sunday morning. You know what? How much beer did you have last night? I had a little bit of beer. I had whiskey and beer. Shout out to Tacos Panda.
How did that work out?
Oh my God, it worked out great. Out great on Saturday.
Hey, you were the man of the party, right? Like, hey.
Well, I'm happy with myself. For sure. So we were low-key Sunday. Saturday was our big day, which I want to get into that here in a little while. I'm going to talk about. I got some point. I attended a college graduation. The only college graduation I've ever been to in my life was my own years ago. I got some thoughts on that. I want to get into here in a little bit. But no, but I appreciate it. We had a good day. I know you're out of town. Obviously, you called
Well,
your
no,
mom.
I sell. Well, my mom lives in Dallas. I'm going to see her in a few weeks. But my
Okay.
wife was here. My wife
Yeah.
was here until Saturday.
Yeah.
This way, she could be home with the girls today. So
Okay.
she and I had we got her a little something, sent her, made sure
Cool.
some flowers were there for her today.
Cool.
Yeah, we did our Mother's Day thing, but we've been together so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like how LG is with his mom. It's like it doesn't have to be today that we're doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
It's like, all right, like, as long as like, hey, you got to come out to Denver. I was working. Hey, go get yourself something,
Right.
and call it your Mother's Day gift. It's not like I gotta do a big.
Yeah. And when you've been with the same woman as long as you've been with Anna, you've been in the doghouse enough times over the years to where every day's Mother's Day at this point.
Yeah. So no, yeah. So she's back at home with the girls.
Okay. That's
Mothers.
good.
So, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Indeed. Happy belated
We
Mother's Day to
appreciate
all
y'all. We
Thunderdome mamas.
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all very much. Appreciate you very, 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 very. We love you very, very, very much. All the mamas. All right. Show also brought to you in part by Robaldo Realty Group. Bought and sold. It is not fun. Probably shouldn't go through 3 different houses, but I have. And it's a pain in the ass. But we had a really good real estate agent at the time when we did this, and it worked out fine because that's the most important thing you can do. By the time you get done selling a house or even or buying one or even selling one, honestly, 50 some odd people are going to have their hands and eyeballs on the paperwork involving your house or the property itself, which is why if you don't have the right real estate agent, everything's going to go to S. That's why you got to get our guy. It is the best in this city. It is Thunderdome's real estate man, repping the Robaldo Realty Group in KW City View. It's Jay Robaldo, MBA Realtor, 887-1081, or you can email him directly at jrobaldo@kw.com. Jrobaldo at kw.com. I want to see what you thought about Sunday night's playoff games. Because I want to get in. I went to bed thinking I know what I was thinking when these games are over now. So on Sunday night, the Pacers spanked the Knicks 121-89. And after the Knicks had won the first 2 games in New Way by York, the Pacers have now bounced back to win both games in Indiana. And then we have Denver, who lose both home games to Minnesota. And we're wondering if Minnesota's going to not beat their ass in 5. But I remember I said Friday, hey, Denver's the champions. They're not just going to lay down now. You have to drive the dagger all the way through the heart here. And
You know
last
the
night,
old saying, you got to kill them because they ain't going to die. But yeah,
that's
Denver
right.
goes into Minnesota and steals both. This kind
It's
of
both of
reminds
them.
me of, this reminds me of 95 to bring it back to our home. The Spurs go into Houston.
Yeah.
The Hakeem Olajuwon Houston. Win the first 2 games in Houston. And San Antonio's losing. We losing our minds. And the Houston Rockets come to San Antonio, and the Dream gets to doing whatever he wants to do with David Robinson, and they leave out of San Antonio 2-2. End up getting us the hell up out of there. Like, yo, see y'all later. I feel like Minnesota had to win tonight, and they didn't. I think Denver woke up, and I think Minnesota's in trouble. This is kind of like how I felt it was going to go. Whereas Minnesota's really good, and Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of the league, and he's got 1,000 commercials right now, but you got to go through shit. And Denver feels like, to me, they finally woke up, and Minnesota could be in trouble.
What we saw was NBA playoff reality.
NBA.
And we do this every single year where whether it's the Spurs or not, we totally overreact to each game.
That's why you call it Overreact Monday. Is that what you used to call it?
Sure. Used to call that.
Knee-jerk Monday.
Knee-jerk Monday. You damn near
Knee-jerk
people
Monday.
pulling ACLs, bullshitting, overreacting to one damn game. Has Jalen Brunson become the face of the... And look, I get it. ESPN, Fox, these fools, they got to talk about shit all day long in between games, but they can at least be intelligent about it Is
Right.
Jalen Brunson now the face of the NBA? Is the NBA better if the Knicks win the world title? Is Luka Doncic ready to take over as the face of the NBA? You know, is Kyrie Irving the best player in the league? You know, this is the kind of shit you have to deal with after each and every little game.
Right.
Has Tyrese Halliburton overrated? This kind of bullshit like that. And because it's New York, and I do think that the NBA is better when the Knicks are good, and I hope the Knicks beat the Pacers. I don't really have a rooting interest.
There's certain teams in every league, Mike, where that's true.
They overreact, and of course it's New York, so everything is. That's how it goes in New York. Every year, our teams are all going to win the championship, and if they don't, then we need to fire all the coaches and get rid of the quarterbacks and get rid of the top pitchers and get rid of the point guard. That's New York. That's how it goes. It's always been that way. Always will be that way. That'll make it smart. That makes it's still stupid. And
Right.
the Indiana Pacers are probably a tad better than New York. Who knows? This thing may go 7. But ain't nobody crowning the Knicks. Jalen Brunson's not the face of the NBA. Yeah, of
New
course.
York.
Right. And here's what's going to happen. Let's say the Knicks don't win the series. Oh, you got to fire them all. These bums, they had a 2-0 lead, yeah, and they fucked it up. They're chokers. They're chokers. And they give no credit to Indiana kind of thing. But it's not just New Yorkers and the idiot celebrities that go to the games. It's the idiots on television. The Kendrick Perkins of the world. The Shay Shays of the world that overreact to this kind of shit. And want to make all these definitive landmark opinions after every game. These guys are all the best in the world. They're all so close. You can't do that after every game.
I would love to hang out with Kendrick Perkins. I don't want to, but I don't want to hear him talk about sports on TV.
He's like the crazy uncle that got a job on TV.
He just be talking, but it's worked for. I know what he's doing because ESPN is like whatever he's doing. ESPN is like keep doing it. So I get the bit. But he's fucking terrible.
He's terrible.
Yeah. He's terrible. But I would love to hang out with him and just like sit on the back patio, drink some bourbon, smoke some cigars, and just shoot the shit. Why is he doing that? I didn't do that. But
Mine was doing that the other day.
You got to do the peace sign for the balloons. Do the peace sign. And we'll both get balloons in 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
yours came, mine did. Anyway, yeah, Kendrick Perkins, yeah, you're right.
What happens with that one?
Nothing. Flagged.
What happens with that one? How about this one? Sorry, you were making a point about Kendrick Perkins.
Oh, that one. No,
I thought y'all didn't do that. The black man doesn't do that.
Yeah, we do. We lick our plates clean. We lick our plate clean, just like the next man.
Okay, I was told different. I was being lied to.
Bro, that was in the 90s. In the 90s, brothers wasn't licking their plate clean. But now, 2024, we all licking our plate clean.
Oh, I like to hear it.
Front to back.
UTSA is so proud to have you representing that shirt. while we're talking about licking, I got my horns on.
What up, Jeff Traylor?
What's up, Rudy? I miss you over there on the Star. And Taylor's right. They ain't got no stars. They shouldn't call themselves stars. Yeah. Frank Harris would be a better talk show host than anybody got over there. That might be true. All right. Can I talk about America's youth for a minute? All right. So.
All right. Wait a minute. Are you about to go boomer? Are you about to go boomer?
I asked you, can I talk about America's youth for a minute?
Yeah, I feel like
I'm going to.
I feel like, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I feel a boomer take coming. Do your thing, brother.
Okay, look. So, and I'm guilty of this myself.
Okay.
We turn into the New York media. We turn into the New York fans when it comes to overreacting and giving hot opinions about our youth, right? So if you don't have any kids or you don't know any, you're not around any, you and I both are. LG's kind of around young kids. He's at UTSA all the time. Here's what we're told, that these generations today, these damn kids today are a bunch of spoiled, soft, entitled, pencil pushing brats. And the first time something gets hard, they're out. They go from job to job. There's actually data that says that kids today have less sex than we did. Honestly, that's weird. I don't know. I don't know where they get the data. But so I have two 12-year-olds. I have a 23-year-old and a 26-year-old. And Rudy's got all ages too, 5 to 28, right? Your oldest?
I got 4 kids to feed.
So I think like you and I both have opinions on kids today. Look, man, so here's where I'm going. On Saturday, I had the privilege of attending the graduation ceremony of the Bachelor of Arts department at Trinity University. One of the finest academic colleges in not Texas, but the southern part of the United States. You go and look at the notable alumni on the Wikipedia page at Trinity. God dang! And I did that during the ceremony. I pulled up Trinity's information. You know they got a $1.75 billion endowment. That school does. They ain't got but 2,500 students. They got a $1.75 billion endowment. No, I mean that's why. And I never even stepped foot on the campus until Saturday. I never actually. I drive through there all the time, going to Alamo Heights and Central Market and shit. I never actually been on campus. I've never been to the Laurie Auditorium until the other day. We went to the chapel. So we went to the chapel on Saturday, right? No, it was on Friday. We went to the chapel for a ceremony in which they celebrated all of the graduates that are Latino. So it's called the De Colores celebration. All Latino graduates at Trinity this year were invited Friday to participate in a De Colores ceremony in which they call your name. And these aren't just Mexican kids. They had kids from like Quito, Ecuador, Bogota, Colombia. You had kids from Spain. And so it's beautiful. What happens is they call your name just like when you get your diploma, but you have a relative. It can be a grandma, a dad, a brother. And they put this real beautiful serape. Y'all know what a serape is. You got a Mexican wife, a serape. They put the serape, the Mexican scarf. They put it over your neck. And it's real beautiful. It's to recognize they're Latinos. They don't do that shit at state schools anymore because the party that runs this state has outlawed all sort of minority organizations to pretend like they don't exist. But Trinity's a private school, so they're like, fuck you, we're going to recognize all of our students. They had all day, they had different celebrations of all the different minority clubs at Trinity, including the LGBTQ plus community, at a private school, in a chapel. Ooh, nothing caught fire. Anyway, that was Friday. And then on Saturday, it was the big graduation with everybody. And I'm reading about some of these kids, and a lot of the kids, and they like the kids on Friday, the Latino kids, they had a little bio about them. She's from Bogota, Colombia. She's a double major in neuroscience and chemical molecular biology. And she's got an internship at Dell, or this kid's got an internship at Shell in Houston. He's going to be moving back to Mexico. He's going to work for the Mexican consulate. Read these kids that have, at 21 years old, have already accomplished more than I ever will think about accomplishing on a professional basis. So where I'm going with all this, Rudy, is it's going to be the opposite of what you said, what you thought it was going to be. We have got to settle the fuck down on dismissing our youth in this country. There are some outstanding young people in this country, and I was surrounded by thousands of them on Friday and then on Saturday at Trinity University. Why don't we don't get any? I don't read in the paper about the kid who's 19 who graduated in 2 years and he's going to go help Shell run their business next summer when he's 21 years old. I ain't reading about the kid who's been hired by the Mexican consulate who's going to go over and run all of the finances over there to keep Mexico. All we hear about is, yes, there's some entitlement. Yes, there's some soft kids out there. But just because our childhoods were fucked up doesn't mean that we're tough. We were latchkey kids. That's not how it's supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be alone all damn day, We had to grow up fast because we had it hard. That does not mean that we're entitled to rip on kids who, by the way, we are their parents, by the way. We are the one. If they're soft, it's our fault. So who's soft? Who's soft? If you ask me,
Us.
Gen X is fucking soft as a parent. Maybe because we don't want
Us.
our kids to have to go through what we did. Okay, so don't bitch at them if they turn out a little weak then because they didn't have to go what you did. Don't be a hypocrite, Dad. Don't be a hypocrite, Mom.
Sure.
We have every generation's got weaknesses. They're young people. They're 18, 19, 20 years old. Of course, they don't have everything figured out. Of course, they don't know their ass from a hole in the wall in a lot of instances. But there are some really, really good kids in this country, and they're not just at Trinity. They're at UTSA, and they're at they're at SAC, and they're at Fox Tech, and they're at
Incarnate
fucking Oliver
Word.
Wendell Holmes, wherever. There are a lot of good kids in our city and in our society that don't get mentioned because they're not the neon sign that is the kid who's entitled, who's had 4 jobs in 3 months because everything got hard. There is entitlement, and I've seen it. But I've also seen a whole lot of great kids out there. So I
But
want to give
there's
up.
also there's entitlement with old people too, Mike. Like, let's be clear. It's like
Sure.
we make it seem like it's just the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But any given day, 24/7, I can show you a video of Ken or Karen entitlement on full display. It ain't
Absolutely.
just the kid. It ain't just the kids.
Oh, wait till you hear my punch coming up here in a minute when we get to the Orlando Kill punch of the day. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, that's all I'm
No, that's
saying.
it.
It ain't just
No,
the
that's it.
kids.
I'm not saying that we need to give all of our kids a pass. I am saying we need to let our kids be kids. Yes, we don't want them to be soft. And what does that even mean anyway? I mean, that's a relative term. Of
I
course,
think
I don't.
the soft part comes from the mental side. We go soft only
That's true.
because we weren't educated on mental health. We were educated to be like, everybody goes through shit, so do you, get over it. So when our kids come to us and like, hey, I'm just not feeling it, I feel depressed, my friend's depressed, my friend's dealing with anxiety, that's where we talk about soft, because we were born and raised to be like, life is hard, get over it, get up in the morning and get back to it. That's where, to
Life is
me, the
still hard.
soft part comes in. That's where, to
I
me, the
agree.
soft part comes. That's where, to me, the soft part comes in. But I agree with you. Like, we'd be like, oh, well, the kids don't go outside because we can't let them go outside by themselves. We're too lazy to go out there with them. So no, they're not going to go out there. They're going to be on their iPads because we, as the Gen X parents, refuse to go out there with them and refuse to let them go out there by themselves.
I
So
think
no, they're
society is
not
soft.
drinking from the water hose. They're not drinking from the water hose because we don't trust we don't trust society with our kids outside by themselves from a certain age.
I think exposure to too much information on the internet has made society softer. I would argue that baby boomers and Gen Xers have gone soft too.
We're
Because
living in a society.
maybe we handle it a little bit different, but we still let it get to us. I mean, go look at the suicide rates with the military in this country. You're on an Air Force base this week. Those aren't a bunch of just Gen Zers. There's some 28,
No.
29, 30-year-old millennials that
So
are killing
this is my
themselves.
sixth base.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the actual suicide of it, but mental health.
Yeah.
Has been a thing on every base I've been to.
Wow.
This is my sixth base, and mental health is a thing on every single base that I've been to. Like, hey, check on your fellow airman, check on your fellow guardian.
Yeah.
If you're going through something, call this number. No, it's a thing. It's a
Interesting.
thing.
Well, look, man, there are a lot of kids that are entitled. I've seen them. There are a lot of jackasses that are soft, that expect too much, that need to toughen up some. I know kids that need to toughen up some, but we all went through a phase as a kid. I mean, these are kids. If they need to toughen up, how can we help them as a society do that? And again, I think our generation that raised these kids to this age, are we not to blame? We're the one that raised them.
I know my kids are soft because of me.
And then
That's a
you've
fact.
said that multiple times on the
That's a
show.
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
How do you police it
And
now that you've admitted it? How do you make up for it?
I still say no.
Good.
There's still some no's. Like even if
Good.
I got it, or even if her mama got it, we still gonna say no just because, and it sucks. But
yeah,
you gotta get hit with it,
Sure.
Because if not, the first time life hits you with it, you're gonna freaking fold.
It's gonna eat you up. Absolutely, no question. And a lot of
So
kids need to learn.
if I carry them all the way to 30, and then the first time they tell you, hey, your mail didn't come here. It says you don't live here. We took this money. You know what I mean? You're going to freak out.
Sure. I'm no question. I'm not trying to exonerate the youth from everything. Every generation, but let's not lose sight of the fact every generation has strengths and weaknesses, and every generation always gets bagged on by the generations that came before you. The World War II generation, how do you think they felt about these fucking hippies in the 60s running around popping LSD, listening to Jefferson Airplane, that kind of shit? What do you think the World War II generation, they thought their asses were soft, right? The World War I generation, I mean, shit.
Everybody's soft.
Dude, and generations like to overreact and and exaggerate how weak the new generations are. Being on that campus, seeing those kids get their degrees from one of the best schools in the state, it reminded me that the youth is not all lost. We're not going to hell in a handbasket. And for fuck's sake, God knows baby boomers have done a hell of a lot to screw this country up too. Can we not get some new? Can we not get some new meat running for president?
Don't get me started on the boomers.
Two shithead baby boomers again this year for president.
Don't get me started.
I may not vote for either one of them. I don't know who the libertarian's going to be, but I'm going to probably vote for his ass.
No disrespect.
I ain't voting for Bobby Kennedy, though. He's crazy.
No disrespect, but San Antonio is run by boomers.
Most big cities still are. Rudy texted me last night, I can't wait for all the boomers to be dead so we can take over and make this country better again. And LG jumped in there, too. The sooner they're all gone, the better we'll all be.
LG never said that. But LG don't have no problem saying that, but he didn't say that.
All right, so that's good. Shout out to the 2024 graduating class at Trinity University, which includes my beloved girlfriend's son, Elijah Maestas. Kid's double major in economics and communication, and he's done for a month. Then he starts master's program at Trinity.
And then what? Is he going to be in sports talk radio?
God, no. He's a smart kid. That's the only skill I have. I had to make it in sports talk or I wasn't going to make it. He's got multiple options, most of which I'll pay a hell of a lot more than I ever made him in my days as a ticket. All right, show brought to you in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. Swung in and got me a little something the other night. There you go. Robaldo gets a shout out. But look, that's tequila, isn't it?
This is tequila, no additives, and it's woman owned, and it is available at Texas Cheer Liquor. La Gritona. Made by women. It's woman owned, no additives. I got this from Texas Cheer Liquor before I left. Put it in my bag, brought it with me. So, shout out to Texas Cheer Liquor, La Gritona. No additives.
Gritona means loud-mouthed.
Oh shit. You know what?
Of course, it's made by women. What else would they call it?
I was trying to avoid that, but let's go. Fuck it.
But good on those women for rolling with a bit and calling their tequila loudmouth. That's genius. That's funny. That makes me want to drink it even more. Good on them. Mm-hmm. That's genius. All right. Make sure if you go into any one of the several locations all over the city, including up in Bernie, that you mentioned in the building, get yourself 5% off at all Texas Cheer Liquors, the official liquor store of In the Building. All right. Rudy texted me also, I'm going to rob a strip club. Is that what you texted me earlier? Did I misread that?
Hold up. No, you read that wrong. I said instead of robbing a bank, you should rob a strip club. So a popular strip
Oh,
club
you
in
should
Atlanta.
rob one. Okay.
Right. If it's come to that, and you've given up on life, before you rob a bank, maybe you should cut a hole in the ceiling of a very, very popular strip club in Atlanta called Onyx. Propel yourself through the ceiling, dodge the security measures, and walk up out of there with $250,000, which is what happened at Onyx in
Damn.
Atlanta. Onyx in Atlanta, 2 robbers through the ceiling, Ocean's 11 style.
Wow.
Ducked and dodged the beams and walked up out of Onyx in Atlanta with $250,000 undetected.
Damn. Still ain't caught him?
Not yet.
Wow. Damn, I
You
bet
ain't
that
got to
money
put
was
it.
sticky
There's
and
the thing
shit.
about that. You ain't got to put a gun in no one's head. You ain't got to shoot a security guard in the leg. You ain't got to tie nobody up.
Yeah.
Just
Pretty
cut a
cool.
hole in the ceiling if it's come to that. But you got to make it sure it's a strip club that's popular. Because keep in mind, most strip clubs ain't having $250K in cash on hand.
Onyx.
So Onyx was the name of the strip club where I went to for my bachelor party, but I went in Houston. I've gone a couple.
A bunch of black girls.
I've gone once or twice with my wife too. Yeah, a bunch of BBLs.
Sisters. Yeah.
Bunch
Absolutely.
of BBLs. It's all right.
Name like Onyx. Yeah.
It's all right.
I had a dog named Onyx. She was jet black. All over. Not a spot of anything but black. Named her Onyx. I also love that song. And this was early 90s. Remember? Slam. Da, 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 let the boys be boys. Yeah. I loved that tune. So, yeah. Maybe we should go. Maybe we need to go to a club called Onyx.
So if you don't want to put a gun to the teller's head or hog tie security guard.
Moral robbers.
Have some morals about your freaking
robbers with a heart of gold.
Or have some morals about your robberies.
Technically not a robbery at all. A burglary and heist.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I love it.
LG, you're right.
That's true.
It's a burglary.
Indeedy. Very good. Well, y'all just stay out of slackers. Y'all don't be robbing slackers because we can't have them get robbed because they may have to discontinue their sponsorship of this show. And until then, there are guys, Slackles, Sports, Drinks, and Games. I had not driven past the Slackers on St. Mary's yet till this weekend. We were down there
because you went to Trinity.
Right. Yeah, we were in that little neighborhood.
Nice,
wound up having dinner over in that little neighborhood before everything got crazy. Yeah, it is really nice. What a great location, man. There's 5 Slackers in town. Have I been to all of them now? Been to Med Center, been to NACO, been to Thousand Oaks, St. Mary's. I've not been to the one over by North Star Mall. I got to get to that.
You haven't been to the North Star one?
Haven't been there. I tend not to go to the North Star Mall, but I know Slackers is in the parking lot, so I should get over there. Shout out to Slackers, the official studio sponsor of In the Building. All right, y'all ready to do some punches? Y'all got any punches?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
I got
cool.
a punch.
Let's jump into it. Presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. Go ahead. Who are you punching?
I want to punch Ja Rule, who held the Larry O'Brien trophy in his hand.
Baby, holla.
After they were up 2-0. He's kissing on the Larry O'Brien trophy. 50 Cent's at the game, hugging Josh Hart. Fat Joe's at the game. Stephen A. Smith is going live from his house. Like, Knick fan, calm the fuck down.
That's what I said to start the show.
Punch Knicks fan. Y'all are so desperate. Like, keep in mind, this desperation didn't just start. Y'all are so desperate. Y'all wanted us to believe that Jeremy Lin was Steph Curry. All right?
Yeah, they did.
Now you're trying to make Jalen Brunson, who I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Jalen. Now you're trying to make Jalen Brunson Steph Curry. You're telling the whole world we don't need Julius Randle. We can win an NBA title with 3 dudes from Villanova. Every star and their mamas at courtside. now you look up and it's tied 2-2.
Yeah.
And you're in a fight for your life.
Yeah.
Like Knicks, Yankees, Giants, Jets, Nets. The rest of the country, we really don't like y'all. Everything's overhyped. Look, I loved New York. New York was a dope city.
Mm-hmm.
Like, New York was a super dope city. But when it comes to your sports teams, y'all are a pain in the ass. And Knicks fans have been the worst. Spike Lee, your outfits are at an all-time low. You look like a fucking dickhead, and you are a legend. Spike Lee, you are a legend. But you
No
look like
one
a
told
dickhead.
me.
Yeah, but you look like a dickhead on the sideline. Like, Knicks fans, just go away until y'all let's get to the finals. All right, y'all ain't been to the finals since 99. And when you were there in 99, you got beat 4-1 by a dude named Tim Duncan. Like, can y'all get to the finals before Ja Rule's kissing? Yeah, before Ja Rule's kissing and Larry O'Brien. Punch Nick fan for celebrating after being up 2-0, Mike, in the second round. We ain't
Yeah, of
even in the
course.
Eastern Conference final.
Of course.
You know what
Crowning
I mean?
people already. I know. Crowning folks.
They get on my nerves. Shout out to Spike Lee. I love you, bro. I love you. I shouldn't have said that, but you look stupid.
I like Spike Lee too. I do not like Ja Rule. I forgot he actually was a
I
person on Earth.
love Spike Lee, but he looks stupid on the
I forgot
sideline
Ja
most
Rule was
nights.
alive. I forgot he was a living, breathing human being.
Yeah,
Don't
man. He was.
you stand
I
down,
have
Ja
I
Rule.
have no time for Nick fan.
Very good. All right.
Anyway, so that's why I'm punching.
I'm gonna punch a baby boomer since you brought them up. I'm gonna throw them under the bus.
Who?
Well, so we had a long day Saturday, which part of the reason why we didn't wind up doing much on Sunday is because we had such a long day Saturday. We had the graduation at Trinity in the morning, and then there was a party that afternoon later about at 6 o'clock, and I had to make sure that me and Nina were hosting it for her son, and so I had to run over to shout out to Chicho Boys on South Laredo, down on the west side. I had to go get fruit cups. Two big ass boxes of fruit cups. My God, they were good. So fresh and so clean. We had to go pick up a cake. And I had to make sure that my guy at Tacos Panda was on time because we did the taco truck too. And he was on time. Thank God. Everything went great. So it was fine. But point being, so we had to get some balloons. We forgot about balloons. Did y'all get balloons? I didn't. Did you? Oh, shit. We had to go run HEB.
Wait, you talking about the big ass gold balloons?
No, we had maroon and white ones because Trinity's colors. Right.
Oh, got you.
Right. So it's like they blow them up for you, put them in a big
Yeah.
old bag, you stick them in the back of your truck and drive where you got to go. So I'm like, oh shit, the balloons. We go running over to HEB. We're in a hurry. We're trying to get back to the party so we can get set up. And I'm waiting outside. Let me tell you this so Nina never complains. Never. She's so patient, so sweet. Whatevs. So if she complains about somebody, then 9 times out of 10 probably
They
had it
effed
coming.
up. They effed up. Right.
They got it coming. So she's in the line and she texts me, there's a lady in here arguing over a birthday card holding up my line. And I just reply, oh damn, I'm sorry. Ha ha, LOL, blah, blah, blah. I get another text. This is getting ridiculous. And so I'm like, humans, I sent something like, freaking people. And all of a sudden I get a third text going, she's going to make us late over a birthday card. And there's no other lines, of course, because we're
What,
waiting on
like Dollar General, some shit like that, right?
we're at HEB.
HEB, gotcha.
Right. So I decide, fuck, I'm going to go in there, find Nina in line. They got 45 aisles, ain't but one cashier, and you couldn't go through the self-checkout because we had to get balloons. So we had to pay for them with a human, get the receipt, go down to the balloon stand, get the balloons. So I go in there. So check this out. There was a lady who had gone into HEB, went into the line, had a birthday card. I purchased the wrong birthday card. I want to exchange it. And they're like, well, man, we don't have that birthday card. What do you mean you don't have this birthday card? I'm giving you the short version here. She wanted to exchange it for another one. They're like, we don't sell that birthday card. The poor kid, the register kid, he scans it and it's not coming up. They have no record of ever having sold that birthday card. So she goes, well, I just want a refund then. Just give me my money back. Ma'am.
Bitch, you didn't buy it from here.
She's lying her fucking ass off. She's trying to go get money for something that's not even from HEB. I mean, if you're going to do that, and not most of the time, HEB will just want to get your ass out. They'll go ahead and just do it. If it's a product that was bought there, whether it's a legit exchange or not.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. HEB ain't got time for that shit. They got too many people in there. She did not purchase. Man, we literally cannot scan this card. It was not purchased here. Probably Walmart or fucking Hallmark or something. So she's holding up the line. We're in a hurry to get to our party. The manager at this point closes the line, and poor Nina's still in the line, so he like puts the rope behind Nina. So they go get. She's like, I want to speak to the general manager over when we know she's lying.
And what's the birthday card? $4.57 after tax.
Less than $5. All this over $3.50, $4. So I'm standing there and I go, can y'all take care of her somewhere else so we can check out? And she spins around and she gives this big smile. They go, doo-doo grin. And I go, don't smile at me. I was pressured and stressed out because we had to get down to the back to the party to decorate because it was kind of a surprise, you know. Don't smile at me. She's like, well, your girlfriend does not need to be commenting about it. Because Nina had said something under her breath to me like, I can't believe this is happening. And because that lady realized, oh, okay, I'm inconveniencing them. So she decided to even take even longer.
She goes farther. Yeah, she's the business. What? Wait, which HEB are you at?
Oh, it's not the HEB's
you don't want to go
fault.
there? Okay.
No, I tell you. Before I tell you, they didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm just trying to see what type of person I'm dealing with.
The lady? Oh well, no. Oh well, see, you're going to profile the HEB. No, it's on I-10 in De Zavala.
Oh, okay. That could be anybody.
Right off the freeway.
That could be anybody.
It's near Clark High School.
That could be anybody.
Anyway, she's dressed nice, Mexican lady, pretty, attractive, probably about 60-something. Pretty dress, pretty makeup, but just had that resting cunt face, you know. You know, she's not attractive because of that. Wait, that's actually called resting bitch face, isn't it? I got that wrong. Sorry, RBF. So, and I'm like, don't smile at me. And she goes, well, your girlfriend don't even making comments. I go, don't even talk to us. And, of course, she's short. And now Nina's like, Mike, don't. Nina does not like it when I speak up in public because I'm loud and my voice is like this. And you know, in hindsight, yeah, I popped off to a lady, and that ain't cool. You know, I mean, you know, but she wasn't like I scared the bitch. She kept on talking. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm like, I go, don't talk to us. And she says something again. I go, no, what I just said, do not talk to me. She's 20 years older than me. I don't give a shit. What does do not talk to me mean? Just hurry your ass up and get out of here. She goes, well, God bless you. And, oh, that's the worst. And I'm thinking, nothing you just did has anything to do with God. God hates you, bitch. God's on my side. Have a blessed day. All sarcastic. And it was all I could do not to say, have a fucked up day. And I bet your kids hate your ass, and I bet you ain't getting nothing for Mother's Day, you biatch. That's what I would have said, but my classy lady stopped me and didn't. I want to punch the bitch-ass old lady whose life is so miserable that she needs to bring her misery upon folks in the line at the HEB over a $4 birthday card that she didn't even buy there. What a see you next Tuesday. And for you kids that don't know what that means, it means cunt. That's who I'm punching.
Well, you're going to have to punch her for not going to customer service like you're supposed to do for a return.
Correct.
Yes.
You don't go to the register.
LG.
You go to customer service where they deal with these kind of things.
They tried to get her to do that. She didn't want it. She was just not. And she didn't get her way, thank God. She stomped out of there, tail between her legs, and told off by me. And I don't
Great
usually,
point, LG.
You know, and I was probably a little over. You know what? That's a lady. You know, and I I didn't like bow up on her, but I was very shitty to her. I just said, don't talk to me. Turn around and don't talk to me.
How you gonna tell her don't talk to you after you talk to her?
Yeah, punch you for that too.
Yeah.
You did start the confrontation.
No.
It's true.
That's
You
why I
did.
love this. That's
And
why
I
I love
finished-
this
You
show.
invited the conversation.
Started it and finished that motherfucker. She had it coming. I was mean to her,
Literally.
but she had it coming.
No, it's all
Miserable
good.
ass lady. Probably got sandy vag, ain't had an orgasm in 30 years. Shit.
Who you punching, LG?
I want to punch Albert Uresti.
What he
Bear
did?
County-
Is that a lawyer?
He's
Is
the
that a
Bexar
lawyer?
County tax assessor collector.
Didn't his brother get busted for malfeasance up in Austin, or his cousin? One of them Urestis got popped a couple years ago for being a crook.
I don't know, but he's in charge of all of our taxes, our property taxes here, and they just
What did
raised
Albert
mine
do?
by $450.
Wow, a year?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So
Well,
now my
LG, that
mortgage-
means your house is worth more.
It's deteriorated since I bought it. It hasn't increased in value. It's lost value.
Can't you challenge that? You can dispute that.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. There's a protest, and it's actually, you have to protest it in the next 3 days. May 15th is the deadline. And it's just a whole bunch of like paperwork. There's third parties you can hire. And it's like, come on now. But honestly, like it happens every year. Every year it goes up 300 to 400 every single
Damn.
year. Shouldn't have to do this every year. And honestly,
Yeah, my
I'm thinking
shit's been
about
going up too.
thinking about renting out or selling the house now. Because it's
Yeah.
out of my affordability.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, LG. I mean, we're not going to get into detail, but you're going to make some money if you sell it. The only way your property taxes go up is if your houses are selling for more in your neighborhood, bro. So it's the gift and the curse, in my humble opinion.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I challenged once in Victoria. Now it was a small town, and won. I won. They changed their mind, and I
No,
left
my
pissed.
brother-in-law did that too, and he won. This is all the way
See?
up in Dallas. He did
And I got
that,
pissed
he
off
won.
that day. I was pissed going home. It's like, oh, okay, y'all want to raise my taxes, but if I complain, okay, never mind, Mr. Taylor. Oh, okay.
It's
Then,
like-
then it was bullshit to raise them to begin with, and you just wasted half my workday.
It's similar to LG when he challenges people that try to come after our YouTube money. Like, if you don't challenge it, they just gonna take your money.
Sure. Yeah.
But when LG challenges these people that try to say we steal their shit, when
Yeah.
LG challenged them, by
They
the
back
grace
up,
of God, we win.
It's bullshit.
Because the thing about it is, Mike, they expect us not to challenge.
Most folks just take it. I know. Sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
and I've just been taking it for the last 4 years. So
Damn, how
I
much
need
did you say? 400? How much,
It's,
LG?
it's three. It's the most that's ever gone up was this year, 450. But the last year
That's
it was 300. The year before that it was like 200. It keeps increasing.
Oh, yeah.
Like
now you
exponentially.
got $1,000. Now you got $1,000.
Oh yeah, my mortgage payment's ridiculous now. It's like I don't have to take a roommate.
Unfortunate. Have to get your brother back in there.
Get your brother back in.
No, you don't need that.
I need to downgrade is what I need to do. I need like size wise, like I need to move into a smaller house.
Well, we're going to explode in 2025. You just watch. Or maybe even the second part of this year, and we'll have a standalone studio, and you won't have to worry about housing our show in your house anymore.
Well, yeah, but
Get you a little
still,
small place.
the
Get you a
house
little
will still be
smaller place.
expensive.
The mortgage don't change. If we move out, the mortgage is still the same.
Yeah, but he can rent it out or something and get a small place, condo, or whatever. We don't need all that damn gear everywhere all the time. All right, law office of Orlando Kill. They do family law, which means divorce. Also means custody, visitation stuff. Father's rights are a big primary concern of Orlando because he is a father and he has seen how the state of Texas can ruin a dad. There's so many dads in this state that are part-time dads because they're not the primary custody holder. The ex-wife is, yet they're paying out the ass. So you're paying crazy money to be a part-time daddy. That's how the system works. But it does not have to ruin you for life. That's where Orlando comes in. Hit him up. Whether you're getting divorced, thinking about it, or maybe you already are divorced and you need to change your decree. Maybe one of y'all has another job, money has changed, maybe someone's moving, distance, kids have gotten older, whatever. A decree sometimes needs to be changed. That's where Orlando comes in. You can call him directly at 210-775-4995, or you can email him straight away at orlandokilllaw@gmail.com, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. We'll close with entertainment news.
Now, live from in the building, a guy's
I like my stupid
favorite
hair. I'm trying to fix
segment,
my hair. Need a haircut. Time
Mentertainment.
for a damn haircut.
My God, there's two of them now. Here they are, Rudy Jay and Mike Taylor.
All right. So remember last week I got pissed at the media because they were falsely reporting that Tom Selleck was going broke, and I got pissed. Tom Selleck last week on CBS Sunday Morning News with the great Jane Pauley. The great Jane Pauley, baby. Yeah. So she interviews Tom Selleck the other day, and she was bringing up, it was a reporter that works for the show, brought up how Blue Bloods is canceled. But the cast is actually, they're trying to get the network to change its mind. The cast all wants to come back. And they were doing this interview from Tom's ranch in California. He's got a massive-ass sprawling ranch scene. And Tom was joking tongue-in-cheek, if we don't have another season, I may have to sell my farm. And so TMZ runs with that. Tom Selleck going broke, may lose farm. Not what he said. And so all these other outlets that just look at TMZ all day and copy their work, they run with it too. It's on Yahoo. It's on AP Entertainment. E! is reporting Tom Selleck money problems. Needs another season. He never said that. And TMZ the very next day retracted their column and our bad, Tom's not going broke, we screwed up, and TMZ took a knee and they took blame. But it's too late. You got 500 other outlets because they copy TMZ's work because TMZ's so damn credible. It's too late. It's already out there, Tom Selleck going broke. Tom Selleck's not going broke, and because I love Tom Selleck so much, I'm going to make sure he don't go broke. I went and bought his book today. Look at that. I bought his biography, Tom Selleck. That's one of my dudes right there.
What the fuck is this book about, Mike?
It's a memoir. It's about his life being a big dick dolphin.
You know him. You know his whole life, Mike.
I don't know his personal shit. He gets in all his personal business. Hollywood, all the chicks he banged, behind-the-scenes show stuff. Just being a bad motherfucker.
It's really the greatest.
Young Mike, this is one of his first heroes.
It's the greatest mustache in the history of mustaches.
It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good.
His mustache didn't come off as douchey. Because mustaches can be douchey, but his came off as manly. It's a great stash.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's badass. Even women who don't like men with a mustache want to bang him, and they're fine with the mustache. Yeah. No, I can't wait to read it. It's his memoir, and goes through. He's 80 years old now. Young Taylor in the late 70s, early 80s.
Not 80 years old.
Yes, he is. Still kicking ass. 80 years old, kicking ass.
Fuck, I'm fucking old.
Yeah, we're old, man.
Tom Selleck is 80.
80. One of my favorite shows, early favorite shows in the early 80s was Magnum PI. My love for Hawaii and wanting to see Hawaii and shit as a kid, not just because I love the ocean, because I wanted to be Magnum riding around in my Ferrari in fucking Hawaii chasing down bad guys. It was badass.
Was that 3 Men and a Baby? Was that Tom?
Yep.
Yes.
Tom was in that with Steve Guttenberg and oh, God.
Whoever.
Cheers. Ted Danson. The great Ted Danson. Yeah. So shout out to the great Tom Selleck. I bought his memoir to keep the money flowing.
Awesome.
Oh, shit. What else in entertainment news today? Weren't we just talking a week or two ago about random celebrities that get punched in the face by randos on the street?
Yeah, we were talking about Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis a few years ago was just walking down the street, minding his own business, and some random crazy person comes up and just punches the shit out of him. Well, it has happened to another celebrity, one of my favorite dudes, another one,
Also in New York, just like Rick Moranis.
Also in New York, the great Steve Buscemi, who has been in 50 badass movies, and one of my favorite television shows of all time, Boardwalk Empire. Steve is absolutely played. Steve's recovering after some asshole comes up to him and just slugs him in the face in broad daylight. He was walking in the Kips Bay area of New York, the neighborhood on the Upper East Side, which is a really nice neighborhood, you know, on the Upper East Side where nothing but rich people live.
Well, he lives in Brooklyn, in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And he takes the subway to work.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, he was on the Upper East Side, wherever that's a nice area. But some asshole just decides to come up and just punch his ass in the face. He's an old man. He's also not young. He's getting up there too. It's bullshit,
bro. See, that's when I like living in Texas, because once I come to, I can shoot your fucking head off. New York, you're not even allowed to have a gun. Like in Texas, if you punch me in my face for no reason, and we're still in the same vicinity, once I come to, I can blow your fucking brains out and get off.
Your sport is your opinion is respected. I'll take my chances by getting punched over getting shot up in a mass shooting or a drive-by because I'm in the wrong time.
If you punch me for no reason, I don't have the right to shoot you. Texas raised me, Mike. You told me any and all things Texas,
with some exceptions. I'm pro gun. I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm not pro murder.
I don't even. There's no guns in my. There's not a gun in my house. Okay, I'm not a gun person.
I've got 3.
But in Texas,
my dick and these 2 biceps.
Yo, you really need to relax. You really need to relax.
Magnum Dong.
But in like New York is pretty much London. Like if you don't got a switchblade, motherfuckers, you can just punch you in the face, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I think it's because he's Steve Buscemi, though. That's celebrities do tend to get punched on occasion in that town by wackos. Oh, cool. That's just like a bit. I got nothing to do today. Oh, cool. There's Bruce Willis. There's Bethany Frankel.
That shit don't happen to Matthew McConaughey. You know why?
No, it don't. Because I whoop your ass, boy.
Because you'll get shot.
Well, yeah, and no one's gonna fuck with Matthew McConaughey. This is like little rinky-dink old dudes, you know. And women's have. Y'all know who Bethany Frankel is? She was on Real Housewives of New York, and she's been on. I think she was on The Apprentice. She's an actor. Someone punched her in the face. A man walks up and just slugged this little lady.
Was this in New York too?
In New York City.
First of all, don't call her an actress if she was on 2 reality shows.
All those reality shows were all
damn, LG.
I mean, it's the truth. And Steve Buscemi, like, come on, he's a good dude. This dude became a firefighter during 9/11 and rescued people. Come on.
Really?
Oh, no shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who does that? See, you deserve to get, like, I'm not saying kill him.
You just said blow your fucking brains out.
I know, my bad.
At least get your kneecap shot, you know?
Yeah,
I agree. That I agree with. Shot in the knee. Yes.
All right, my fault. Let's shoot him in the calf. My bad. I apologize.
It's just become a thing. I have spotted celebrities a handful of times in New York because I've been to New York a lot. I could have punched a lot of people. I mean, there's celebrities that walk all over the place in that town.
I literally walked 2 blocks with the Jonas Brothers. I didn't punch them, even though they should have been. Yeah. They should have been punched.
I've seen a handful of celebs.
I walked 2 blocks with the Jonas Brothers, and I was able to compose myself and not punch him in the face.
Damn. I see. I walked past. See, I met Lil Jon in New York. Yeah. I saw him. I don't think I would have punched him. He would have beat the shit out of me.
Look, a celebrity's a stretch for Lil Jon. I like Lil Jon, but that's a stretch. But go ahead.
I mean, if Dave Chappelle does several skits about you, you're celebrity status.
Pretty good. So I've hung out with Lil Jon.
Right.
I walked up the same flight of stairs with, you know who Nathan Lane is? He's won a shit ton of Tonys. He's a Broadway
What did he
actor.
play in? Give me
You
what
would know.
he played in.
He played the meerkat in Lion King.
No shit.
Yeah. Nathan Lane. Did
That's
you
a
see the
celebrity.
Birdcage? Birdcage with Robin Williams. Did y'all see that movie? Played the two gay dudes in Miami. Nathan Lane played Robin Williams' husband in the Birdcage. One of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Did Robin Williams do a gay scene?
Yeah, dancing and hugging. Not tonguing or nothing. No.
Oh, okay.
No. This was back early '90s. So, who else have I seen? I saw Conan O'Brien on the street. That fool sticks out. He's like 6'6".
Is he legit 6'6"?
Yeah, and legit. And with the hair, he's about 6'9".
Did he get canceled for sexual assault type shit?
No, he's thriving right now.
No.
He just got a new show on HBO Max.
Yeah, he's got
called Conan O'Brien Must Go.
Yeah,
and it's a travel show where he travels around the world and acts like a fool. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Pretty much what LG wants to do for us, but fuck. Okay.
Well, we got to get that Conan money.
Yeah.
The guy that played, the dude that played Hank on Breaking Bad, Walter White's brother-in-law, passed him in the street, actually went running after him because I love that show so much. I was with my 23-year-old. And we're like, holy shit, I can't think of the actor's name. I used to know. That's Hank. And I was actually going to try to get a selfie with him because I'm such a massive fan. But he was able to get across the street. We got stopped at a light. And I thought, I saved myself some embarrassment, because I'm not that guy that does that to celebrity. But anyway, so they're all over the place in New York. You can punch a celebrity every day if you want. And that's people have taken that up. Bullshit. All right, I'm out of material. Y'all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Does Bantertainment have a sponsor?
It sure does. It's Empire Courier and Civil Process. Process servers, Richard and Terry. They find them and they serve them. Not to be confused with Dog the Bounty Hunter. These are not criminals. Well, some of them are criminals, but Richard does not go out and bring criminals into the 5-0 that they're on the run. He serves you papers. Maybe he works for individuals, but he works for a lot of attorneys. So if you're a lawyer and you need a process server, hit up Empire Courier and Civil Process. Maybe you need to serve somebody. So what Richard does is he serves eviction notices, divorce papers, repos, things like that. Hey, you got 90 days to get out. Hey, HOA wants you out, whatever. He also works for HOAs that try to get rid of bad tenants and whatnot. It is Empire Courier Civil Process. They also do notary. They do mobile notaries. So if you need something notarized, they'll come to you and notarize whatever it is you need notarized. They locate people and they serve them. And they're not just in the state of Texas or either. They're nationwide. This is our first nationwide company, by the way, on In the Building. Just want y'all to know. This is the first sponsor. No offense to all the other partners. This is the first company that runs nationwide. They just happen to be based in San Antonio, Texas. It's Empire Courier Civil Process, LLC, 889-1643, or you can email Richard directly. It's RR, as in his initials, Richard Ramos, rrempiremac.com, rrempiremac.com. All right. When are you home? Thursday? Friday?
No, I'll be back in the LG studios Friday, but yeah.
Outstanding. All right. Enjoy the weather.
It's going to be fantastic weather this week.
LG, how many more games you got? Like one or two, right?
One. Two.
Outstanding. And
Not
get
really.
Rudy
y'all
on.
up.
Baseball over. We're going.
But shit, you got missions coming up. Are they back soon?
All missions games are at night. I ain't missing shows on no account of the missions.
I'm going to miss that paycheck.
Shut up, fool.
Hey, LG.
Yeah, LG's got a big hit money coming.
LG been caking up every week. Yeah, he been caking up.
I hope you've been saving up.
Hell
Got to pay those property taxes.
Oh, shit. Golly. Hey, the missions have been on the road 2 weeks. I'm like, I wish y'all have a home game.
2 weeks.
I'm going to Hawaii in a few weeks. I need all the cash I can get. All right.
I'll be
Love
in
y'all
touch with
hard.
y'all tomorrow.
Thanks to all our partners. Thanks to Thunderdome. Thank you to Rudy and LG. I'm Miguelito. We'll see you boys in here for Ask Swift Tuesday. Manana. Love you hard. Bye.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.